This artwork has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up artworks that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the artwork so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on, and let me know how I'm getting on as well. I'd like feedback of all types. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Let's get on with it. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 64 of Building Your Own R2-D2. In this issue, we're going to be doing lots of things. This is a big one. This is the bringing lots of things together issue. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do enjoy it when things come together. So, yeah, but before we do the building, obviously, as ever, of course, we're going to have a flick through the magazine. We've got part 3 of building the second Death Star. Lots of stuff, CG effects, lighting, practical effects, mirrors and things. Huge sets built for these things as a miniature, but a huge miniature. Very impressive model making in a lot of these films. The LR-57 combat retail droid. What, a combat retail? Right, that just confuses me. I mean, retail, yeah, sometimes feels like combat, but I don't know about that. Right, yes, this is what we've got in today's pack. We've got the final dome panel, which is the hinge one, where the lightsaber comes out. The hinge, lots of screws, an Allen key for fitting the Allen screws, which are what holds the dome onto the frame. We also need lots of stuff. I shall dig out all of the bits from previous issues from stages 6, from stage 1. You can't go any further back than that. So we've got, yeah, parts coming together from all of it, which will be fitting the dome together, fitting the hinge, installing some of the electrics into the dome and making it one piece instead of 2 pieces with the flap. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And indeed, it's time to do that now. So I shall see you in just a moment when I've dug out all of the parts, going back all the way to issue 1. Okay, going back all the way to the beginning. We've got lots of different parts to fit. This is going to be a good one. I like these. So first of all, we are moving all of this out of the way. We're fitting the hinge to the panel, both of which have come in today's delivery. Now, we did get... No, we didn't. I thought we got an old hinge before, but we didn't. That was on the old build. This one, they've just done it properly from the off. So let me just get the screws out. We'll be using most of these. We've got the long screw here, which will go through this hinge in place. Which way round does it go? That goes that way. That goes that way. It says about the little dot being on the inside. So that's going through there like so. Screw is coming in from this side. Through there, through the middle. That will tighten up. Through on the other side. Like that. So we've got a hinge there with the flap that will open when the lightsaber comes out of it. So this is then being fitted to, I need more room. So that's the easy way of dealing with it. That's that's those, all right. Okay, so this is being fitted to here on this panel here. It's the only one that's got the gap. So that is going on there, basically, like that. That's just being fitted in place with the regular screws, which we've got a big mass of delivered today. Get a load of those out. Or apparently get some of those out. We'll get more of those out. We're going to be using them all. And the ones we're not using, we'll be putting away in the box anyway. So let's get 2 of these shorter ones out. So it's the 2.5 by 4 mil. Let's just double check the size of that. Yeah, there we go. 4 mil is the correct one for that. So these will hold that there. Trick is to get it in the right place. So with that open, that's a lot easier to get to. The pin in the middle there obviously locates it in the right place. And then the screws go in either side. Have that, make sure it fits flush, it says. Let's just get these screws tightened up. Go. That fits there. Yeah, shallow recess. I don't know about the shallow recess. Not really a shallow recess in there, anything there. But it does sort of sit across where it looks like it should be. So I'm pretty confident that that's okay. Right, next up we need to take the top disc. 5 plastic spacers. Flanged screws, that's these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Separate these but keep them to hand. Not use them quite yet. That's very strange. I'm not going to take them off there quite yet then. Alright, we need the microphone. So the microphone is going through there. Cable just goes in. That at the moment just sort of sits loose on the outside because we need the dome itself to go on the outside of that. This is where it gets interesting. So we've got the dome from previous with all but one panel fitted, and it's that panel that isn't fitted yet because we're going to do that now. We're going to have to fit this into that and that onto this. With that going through, that it's all sort of multiple layers of trickiness. So let's try and keep that there. Get that through there. And that should line up about there. And it looks like it sort of has. Let's try to turn it over and see. Most of the way there. But let's just manipulate that to get this bayonet piece lined up. Like that. So that should be that. Bring it together. Keyhome slot. Yeah, that's that. Done there. I need to turn the page to see what happens next. Next is indeed putting this on the top there. It's got an arrow. What's the arrow point towards? Fixing hole that is smaller than the others. They're all the same size. Saying it's this one. So let's put it on that one. Arrow to that one. Other than that, that will drop in place a bit like that. Then we need to use the fixing place, the plastic spacers. So let's get one of those off there. Get this turned over again. Get it all lined up again. Let's take that back off of there again. The trick is getting everything lined up and working without popping any of these panels out because they're not held in place securely yet. They're just sort of resting in place. Tape holds them, but only just. And obviously you don't want to scratch any of the paintwork on any of them. So let me turn it over. Try holding it that way and manoeuvring that. Might work. Might not work. The loose panel there is obviously the hatch that should be coming out as it is a little bit. Right, so now let's try and remember where things need to go. I can't remember which one was which. That one here is the short one. That's the one with the panel on it. That's easy. So the arrow points towards the loose panel. So it's that way around and that way around. And that needs to go on there like that. All of those lined up through there. That's working. But for that one isn't quite lined up. Maneuver that a little bit more. There we go. That's that lined up through all of those. Right. Continue fitting spacers to all of them. So we've got to put the spacers over these. So again, a little bit of manipulation and movement. Get these in there. Over there like that. And then we're going to be putting... There's a shorter flanged screw that I didn't dig out. I did. There's another longer one there. One of these shorter, it is. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera because I need to do some manipulation of stuff that you can't see. Because my hands are going to be in the way anyway. So basically I'm putting all of these spacer panels over all of those. And putting a screw in each of them. That one's going to have the shorter screw. I'll say that one with my hand covering. This one is going to be the shorter screw. That's the panel that moves up and down. But the others are just going to have a screw in them. And that will be holding basically the dome frame and the dome exterior together. So I'll get these all in loosely and then make sure everything lines up and tighten them all up. And I shall see you when that's done and we're ready for the next step. Right, that's all of those put in. This panel, that one, is free to open when it gets pushed. And obviously when it's free to close on its own as well. Now there are a couple of problems. The panels aren't lining up quite as well as I think. I think it's actually because the dome has got a little bit of a curve to a couple of these panels. So I'm just going to be sort of, as time goes by, pushing and manipulating and trying to get these just to fold in a little bit neater. But that's just an ongoing thing, so it's not really a problem. So that's that. Now, obviously, turning it upside down, you've got to be careful of this panel opening. And obviously the microphone you've got sitting out there now as well. So it's worth just keeping an eye on it and making sure everything's as it should be. Next up, we are fitting the first of our 6 Allen key holder, the bits that hold the panels in place. Now, I know from the previous build and from Facebook and following other people's builds, some people replace these with metal Allen keys, Allen screws, which is fine. It doesn't make any real difference as far as I can tell. It makes it heavier, obviously, not necessarily a bad thing. But as these are only holding the panels in place, it doesn't need to be, you know, heavy duty stuff. So these are going initially. We're starting off over here. We've got basically these two going in from this angle. Bit like that. One below it. And four to the right of that. Over here. So you've got to get these at the correct angle. Obviously, you can see that the frame shows you exactly how they've got to go in. Once you get them right and started, then they're quite easy. Getting it started, you've got to get the right angle to begin with and get a turn or so in. That there. Then maybe I can get that. It feels like it should be at a slightly different angle to the one that it really is. Let the nut bolt, the hole, guide you. Get the right angle. For some reason that one doesn't feel like that's going in the right angle. I'm going to get rid of that and try a different one in a different hole, just to make sure everything is correct. Throw this one up here. better. Right, I shall get all of these put in and then come back again and we'll start doing some of the electronics. So there we have those 6 screws in place. They're holding basically these 2 panels. Now nice and secure, nothing's going to move from those. I won't do that to this one because that might come out loose a little bit. So that's that. Next up we are fitting the red blue. I did test it to make sure it's the right one because there is another one that's yellow green, I think. So make sure you get the right one. So the diffuser is being fitted first. We're going to the slightly smaller hole over there. We've got a notch in there and a chunk there, so make sure you get that the right way round. That will then sit in place. Making sure it's flush. It's not really that flush. Let me double check because there may be a second diffuser. Okay, no, there isn't a second diffuser, but it doesn't fit there. It fits on this one. There's 2 sections with 2 holes, and I was looking at the wrong one. It's this one here with the notch on the side, not on the top, because this is in fact sort of oval shaped. So that goes in there like that and does in fact fit. Then this needs to go on the top with the cables coming out that side like that, and I completely neglected to get any screws ready for that, so we need some of the black screws. Actually, I'll get them out of the pack. We have save having to open a packet just to get these out. So that's those. Let's get 2 of those in place. Screw on the end of the screwdriver or not, as the case may be. That there, it's all going to fall around, and that, yeah, go. Out the way for now. Right, so you've got posts that need to line up. These are actually shaped as well. That could have been the easy way of finding out that it was the right one. That way round. Yeah, I had it the wrong way around. That's why it wasn't lining up properly as well. So get the diffuser in place. That lined up over the posts. Get a screw in. Hopefully in the right place or not just next to it. Go a screw into one post, which will hold it in place mostly, and then I can just get the other one in a little bit deeper. Lined up as well. Here we go. May need to swap out to a smaller screwdriver at some point because this is obviously not a great fit in there. That lined up properly. It makes it so much easier. That's that in there. That tightened down. There, I'll come back and tighten that up to make sure that's in the right place. But we've got more things to fit. Next to that, we're fitting our logic display. Again, it will only go one way round, so make sure you get it the right way round. Cable's out of the way for now. Let's poke that through there so it's out of the way. That will go on there. Yeah, or is it the other way? It may be the other way out. See, to get it lined up properly, let's have a look. No, the cable is this corner. So it is that way around. You just got to get it maneuvered in and around. It pops out through the front. There you go. So that will sit there like that. Again, 2 more screws in there. I'll do those behind the scenes. Finally, this one goes across the long slot over this side. And goes that way around, and we're fitting it onto the plate down there. Like that. Again, once it pops out like that, it's starting to look a lot like R2. I say finally, it's not that. After that, we've still got this run to do, which goes from the inside over here. Yeah, no, the one that I've obviously used already. I picked the wrong hole to poke that out of. This will go on there with that bit that way around. I've got it the right way around. Again, 2 more screws. Hold that in place on there. I'll get all these screws in, and then I'll show you what it looks like assembled. So, stage completed. Lots and lots done this time. I'm very happy with it. I've got all of the 6 in there holding these panels in place. Started fitting the electronics into the dial, in the dome even. We've got the panel opens for the lightsaber to pop out of. Some displays fitted, some lights fitted, another microphone fitted around there, and another display around there as well. So yes, it's all starting to come together. I shall put this aside until I get around to doing the next part. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Do leave a like and a comment if you are, and I shall see you very shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.